Hi, I'm Tamara Miles, author of The Secret to Peak Productivity. As December 2020 starts, this is a time of year typically when leaders that I work with are forward thinking and coming up with goals and objectives and OKRs for the next year and thinking about, what does productivity look like for 2021? Well, this year it's very different. Even though, December is a good time to think about goals and future thinking, I think this year it's also really important to reflect on what has 2020 taught us. And as I'm thinking about what does productivity mean in 2021, there's a few themes that have come up that I want to share with you. There's no denying that 2020 has brought many challenges and has made the future of work, this future of remote work, become the new reality. So how can we learn? What best practices are there to help us carry through until the end of this pandemic, but also thinking ahead of what will work really look like even after the pandemic. And so I think that there's three main themes that I've been talking to leaders about for productivity, for personal productivity in 2021. And I've come up with this framework that I call the 3 R's of productivity: rituals, routines, and rhythm. So I want to discuss those a little bit with you. Rituals are important because they are a way that we can bring meaning into our routines, right? The difference between a ritual and a routine is just the mindset that you bring into it. Rituals are ways that we can infuse meaning into daily events. And so our rituals have been completely upended with the work from home reality, or the schooling from home, the hybrid situation, and how the world has changed so fast. And so thinking ahead, it's really important to be intentional about the kinds of rituals that you create for your daily life. One of the things that I've personally worked on is to ritualize my transition into going from home life into work life, because a commute now has been replaced with just a walk down to my office and closing the door. And so what rituals can you create in your life to give you a mental transition in between work life and home life, in between different types of tasks? If you're from Zoom to Zoom, to thinking work, to writing work, all of these things are great opportunities for you to create rituals and help your mind transition. The second R is routines. What kind of routines can you set up in your day to free up time? So routine is something that will provide a framework and some structure to your day. It doesn't mean that it has to be rigid. It doesn't mean that you can't change it. But just like kids love routines, any parent knows one of the biggest teachings is to keep their routine the same every day, because they learn to rely on that and anticipate that, and it makes them just better at managing their day and their moods, right? So it's the same with adults. We also like routines. We like things that happen predictably, the same way every day. And so the more you can give yourself a loose structure to your day, it can be from, how you go about doing things, for what time you start working and what time you finish working, and kind of create a loose template for your day, the more it frees up your bandwidth, really, for decision making, for thinking tasks, for creative work. So think about structuring your day loosely and be intentional about the routines that you create in your day. And then finally, rhythm. Rhythm plays directly into routines, because rhythm is about noticing and managing your energy. When we are all working from home, it's so easy to get caught up in sitting at our desks every day, going from screen to screen, and at the end of the day, maybe we're exhausted and we're not managing our energy properly. And so it's really important to tune in to your body, to your signals, and be intentional as you're thinking about your routine to create energy breaks, and also to try to match the kind of work and the kind of tasks that you're gonna do with the energy levels. So start noticing when you're most energetic, when you're most able to focus, when your energy starts dipping, and maybe you need to go outside and go for a walk, or talk to somebody on the phone that energizes you, and start being intentional about managing this rhythm. And then as you build your routine, you can marry the routine and the rhythm really well, and then obviously the ritual. So all three of them are a piece of the same puzzle as you're trying to manage your day for peak productivity. So those are my 3 R's of productivity for 2021: personal productivity,